Hi, Natalie Chavis Davis Fisher here, 20-year child welfare attorney. So excited as we're bringing our, May to a close. And of course, May is National Foster Care Awareness Month. It'll be the last reading of Adopting Tiger. And so I call this Tiger Tuesdays, basically. But Tiger, if you guys have not been able to follow along, is a 12-year-old foster child caught in the middle of two families who would like to adopt him. And so one family is a professional football player, and certainly his wife and kids, and he's really enjoying and flourishing within that placement. And the other is a biological aunt whom he had never met. And so the book takes you through the twists and the turns, but it's a short novel. I call it a short novel with a big impact. So even with the prologue, we've read this amount, and we just have this amount left. So, and the book is short, it's hard to tell here, but what that translates to is it's an easy read. So you could really read it in one or two settings. And a lot of states are allowing alternate training hours if you read the book. So anywho, so it's a fiction book, but it's really a culmination of a lot of stories I've seen in this 20 years worth of work. So having said that, let's go ahead and get started. We have advanced a page or two beyond where we left off in the last video, but I think this is a good place. Early the next morning, Mama Paula calls for Tiger to come downstairs. Now, I do want to pause. I feel like I need to tell you who Mama Paula is. Mama Paula is a respite foster parent. She provides respite services not only for Tiger, but for other children that come into her care. And what that means is short term, basically. So she's sort of the in-between. So if there's not a current placement available, Mama Paula will house children in her home until more permanent homes are available. So she is Tiger's respite care provider, basically. So let's go back. Early the next morning, Mama Paula calls for Tiger to come downstairs. His middle school football and former Pop Warner coach is on the line. Tiger answers a few questions, then hangs up the phone. Mama Paula's in the kitchen making breakfast. Mama Paula, Tiger yells from the family room. You know we're on fall break, but coach asked me if you're still going to take me to winter football practice. She yells for him to come down into the kitchen. Tiger goes to the kitchen and repeats his question. Mama Paula fixes her dark gray eyes into Tiger's hazel eyes. Of course. Tiger asks Mama Paula if he can feed Roscoe and Dorothy Ann. Those are the two horses. Mama Paula shakes her head. He runs outside. The horse caretaker gives Tiger a shovel first and points to the dung. Tiger throws his head back and smirks. He shovels for 20 minutes and then fills the horses' pails with hay and concentrates of oats, barley, and corn. Tiger tosses in a few apricots for a treat. Dorothy Ann seems to smile. About an hour later, the caretaker and Tiger mount up the horses and go for a ride. Wind blows through Tiger's hat. The dirt is tight, but not too tight. The horses know the path, so they lead. Later that night after football practice, Tiger, Mama Paula, and the boy played a game of Phase 10. Tiger beats him both 2 out of 3 games. Later, he sits on the couch and watches Mama Paula rock back and forth in her chair as she knits clothing for foster babies who come into the home directly from the hospital. 4 days later, Miss Denise knocks on Mama Paula's door. She chats a while and then lets Tiger know it's time to leave. Alrighty, I'm going to end there. I'm just going to make that one just very, very brief. And so basically, this is coming to the end of the prologue. And then once the chapters actually start, he's placed in his first home, in the home of the professional football player. So that's, I just want to basically whet your appetite, let you know kind of what the book is about. It can be found on Amazon and anywhere books are sold. It's called Adopting Tiger, and my pen author name is both of my last names, which is Chavis Fisher. Chavis is my blood name, my father's name, and Fisher is my married name. So I wanted to pay homage to both. But, eventually, this is the first time I've sort of done these readings, but eventually we'll go to live so that we can actually sort of interact and ask and answer questions and all that good stuff. But in the meantime and in between time, if you'd like to reach out to me, please feel free to do so. My website is www.chavis, C-H-A-V like Victor, I-S like Sam, Fisher, Fisher.com. And I'm on both Instagram Instagram and Facebook. My handle is Chavis Fisher. Alrighty, I hope you guys have enjoyed this series of readings, and I wish you well.